I just entered only the things what we are planning. Okay. Now today it's my responsible to explain the introduction of each and every topic in Selenium before we enter into real topics in Selenium. Basically, let us remind you, like software testing, as you know, all of you guys, you know, any software company, why we are doing software testing means software testing is one of the best process in order to verify and validate that a software, that means that application or a product is bug free. Is it able to meet your customer business requirements or not? Is it able to meet customer expectations or not? Is it justifying the customer environment or not? Externally, before we release into production, it is a tester responsible. Tester has more responsible than developer. Remember that. You're the key person in a company, not a developer. Developer only, he knows internal process. But when we release any product to market, customers, end users, they don't bother about internal things. They always worried about external things. So you are the right person. You do manual testing or automation testing, we don't care. It is our responsible. We have more responsible to validate your application. Is it totally free from bugs or not? That's what objective of testing is, to improve the quality of the application. That's the main objective we have. Any software company and any product or any application can be tested manually, and also we can go with automation testing. All of you know, manual testing means what? Executing the test cases manually, observing the outcome of the software, and ensuring that every functionality is working as per client given business requirements or not. But whereas automation testing, the simple is that manual testing, your interaction is required. Whereas in automation testing, when you come to automation testing, what is automation testing? Anyone asking you a question, simple question they may ask you, like we can explain in simple words. Automation testing is a process of converting manual test cases. So that converting manual test cases to test scripts. I'm not saying test code, test scripts with help of some automation tools like Selenium, QTP, Load Runner, Silic Test, Rational Robot, Vater, Vatin, lot of tools in the market. I'm not talking about particular tool over here. That means what is automation testing? What we are doing during automation testing means, yes, we are going to test applications. But how you are going to test applications means without your interaction. Whatever test cases you have prepared or manual tester prepared, the automation team in real scenarios, you have to go through them. You have to understand the flow of that functionality, and you need to execute that test case manually first. No need to prepare. You are not going to prepare. Don't worry. Already manual tester are prepared for you guys. Execute them manually. Understand the functionality behavior. Once understand the behavior, then you'll understand what logics can be applied. That means automation testing means we are giving our expected to Selenium, and also we are providing actual value also to Selenium. Both things we are giving to Selenium. We are giving expected, we are giving actual value also. And during runtime, what the tool is doing, it's going to execute and it's going to compare your given expected value and it's going to compare your given expected actual value. If both are matching, it says pass, otherwise it is fail. That means without manual interaction, tool is going to test your applications. What we can test using Selenium here, we can test any type of application. Web applications, Java applications, .NET applications, SAP applications, mobile applications. Such things are to be done in the automation. That's the meaning of automation testing. So your interaction is not required during your execution of your test cases. That's what here we should know some basic things before we enter into the things here. This is how the test case will be collected by you guys. Collect your test cases perfectly. Run them. Run this test case manually. Understand that functionality. And then whatever logics you want, apply that logics. So to apply that logics, what we are doing, we are going to use some type of tools like Selenium, QTP, etc., etc. That is what I mean to say here. Here, many people see any tool in the market here, Selenium tool, QTP tool, Rodent tool, upcoming tools, any tool, all testing tools are regression testing tools. Regression. What is meant by regression here? Let us have some idea. And why it is not possible manually? Why we should use only automation tool? Let us see. Regression testing is a type of testing that is to be done to verify that a code change in the software does not impact existing functionality of the product. Look at that. Whenever developers are making some changes in the software, whenever developers are adding some new code, means new functionalities, whenever developers are modifying the defects which are raised by testing department. Modification means what developer is doing, he's changing the code. When you make some changes in the code, because of the changes in that code, anything in the software, anywhere in the software, any functionality in the software may get impacted. We don't know. May or may not. I don't know. Then how do you know? How do you know means then we have to go for regression testing. Re-execute. This regression testing will make sure that products work well or fine with new functionality or bug fixes or any changes in the existing features. Is Gmail software, first version of Gmail, working perfectly? It's working on Windows. It's working on Vista operating system. It's working on Mac operating system. It's working on different operating system, what our client is expecting. And also working on Chrome browser, Firefox, IE, Safari, Opera. But second version, latest version is coming with what? It's coming with some modifications. It's coming with some new modifications, new things. That modifications may impact that old functionalities or new functionalities. We don't know. That's what previously executed test cases are re-executed to verify impact of the change. The meaning of regression testing is what? Executing previous build test cases on new build or modified build is known as regression testing. Why regression testing is not possible by manual testing means, look at, I give simple example here. For example, IR1, iteration 1, IR2, iteration 2, iteration or version or release, whatever we call. Iteration 1, client has given 10 requirements for developing. And you guys, manual testing team, you written 300 test cases. And you got executed all 300 test cases. And you logged some 30 bugs for that. And you took like 15 days of time to execute all those test cases. Done. You're released to market also. Done. Good. Next, you're going for second version, iteration 2. In the iteration 2, client is giving 10 more requirements, additional requirements. We call real-time enhancements or we call new requests. Client is giving us 10 more new requirements. And again for the 10 requirements, you guys are again preparing how many test cases again? 300 test cases. So altogether, how many test cases we have? Plus 1 plus second plus 600 test cases we have. How many days you took for executing 30 test case? 300 test cases means 15 days. Now how many days you required here now? 30 days. Again you want 15 more days to execute because 300 test case added here. What will happen? To execute the 300 test case in the first version, we have 2 employees. Assume that. And how many employees required? Again, company has to recruit 2 more employees. What will happen? Budget, resources will increase. When resources increasing, what will happen? Budget will increase. Then how do you overcome that problem? Means the only solution for that is automation testing tool. How you overcome that problem? Means automation tool is very fast. It has a lot of advantages compared to manual testing. If you target 15 days manually, if you go with automation tool, with any automation tool like QTP, Selenium, within 5 days we can complete the entire process with less employees, means with less resources. So that is the reason. This is one of the reason why we are using. Especially, you might have seen this word is very clear. I told you in agile process. Agile, every weekly once, as per client request, we should go on releasing one new working product to customers. Am I right or not? So, in order to overcome that problem, this automation tool is very much important. Why should we go for automation testing? Means, see that manual tester. If what are the challenges manual tester will face? Boring, time consuming. I know. That's what I seen in manual testing people also. My manual testers who are already learning from me. Manual test. I told them to prepare test case. No, sir, today not possible. Tomorrow we'll prepare. Today I'm busy. Boring and tedious to do manually. And mistakes also will be there. Human mistakes also will be there. So these are the challenges we have with manual. That's the reason why we are going with automation testing tool. Means here number of resource required for manual testing. It is expensive. Repeatable tasks are not possible. Not efficient. Manual testing is not efficient. Repeatable. One functionality you want test again and again. Doing manual one-time testing itself boring here. If you ask a manual tester, repeat Primus Bank one more time, what will you say? Sir, already we tested. Don't, please give us another project. Do you feel or not? 100%. Man, that is called manual process. If I ask to keep on washing clothes repeatedly, how do you feel? Feel boring, tedious, tiredness. That's what we are using. What you are using nowadays? Washing machine. Who is doing that job? Washing machine is doing it. None of your business. You are not at all involving in it. So like that. So automation has number of benefits according to our business point of view. Okay. So that's what I'm telling you here. Let us see that very important points here. See, I'll share all these things to you. Don't worry. Chart is not okay. Right here. Benefits of automation testing, sir. They'll ask you questions, basic questions here. They don't directly go to Selenium. Some basic questions they'll ask you. 70% is faster than manual testing. Look at that point. 70% is faster than manual testing. Wider test coverage of application features. We can cover number of functionalities at a time. Reliable in results. That is very important because we are not testing it for doing mistakes. Automation, your Selenium tool is going to test. It gives pakka. If you write a perfect code and if you write proper scripts and if you use proper logics, 100% you get results. Ensure consistency. That's what we want. Consistency is very much important. Save time and cost. Improve accuracy. Human interaction is not required while execution. What I told you. Your interaction is not at all required. Increases efficiency. It increases efficiency. Better speed in executing tests. Very important advantage is reusable test scripts. We can reuse it to any version. That's what the first version, when you are planning in the real scenarios, first version will be busy with manual here. Compulsory, remember, compulsory. Any company, you take any company, small scale, big scale, large scale, that scale, any scale, remember, there is no without manual tester. Compulsory required because we don't use automation to directly without manual testing. Remember, at least one time it should be tested manually. Here, can any one of you tell me who will find more defects here? Manual tester or automation tester, basically? Who will get more defects? Anybody?
Automation.
So, sir, I think manual tester will find more defects.
Manual tester find
Manual
defects.
tester.
Manual tester.
Manual tester.
All are manual testers. Why here? Why? Because you learned manual testing, that you're telling. Huh? Why manual tester? Why not automation tester? What is the reason?
While writing the test.
Automation testers will only retest, but not. They don't try to find all the defects. They only retest.
Yeah, of course, we are using for retesting, regression testing, but why can't? What's the reason why automation test is not supposed to get more defects compared to manual tester? Yeah, some reasons. Okay, yeah.
Manual tester know the exactly requirements of the customer.
So that automation tester doing blindly, huh? You mean to say? Any other reasons?
More interaction of a tester in the testing. That's why.
Okay, here I'll come to general example. I'll give general example for you. Like say, for example, washing machine gives more accurate results, or washing manually gives more accurate results?
Washing manually gives more accurate results.
Manually gives more accurate results.
Manually gives more accurate.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Not automation, not washing machine. Why?
Sir, sometimes the collars and other things are not properly cleaned, but in manual we can clearly see.
No. I'm giving you today. I'm delivering today only. I'm delivering the washing machine today only. Don't worry. Perfect machine I'm giving you.
Then, sir, it is washing machine.
Then washing machine again, huh?
Yes, sir. Last year it can tell me instantly.
Yeah. See, okay. Generally, see the fellow who is walking from Kukatpally to Amirpet. One fellow is walking and one fellow is going in a bike. Assume that. Who will find more? Who can see the things clearly? The fellow who is walking, he can see clearly, or the fellow going in a bike?
Walking.
Walking. Why? Because
Because he's slow.
He's walking step by step. Every step he can observe. Automation, the fellow who is going in a bike, he can see like that. No, right? Straightforward. Same thing. Automation. We are not. Many people have this question here. Many people are saying, "Oh no, sir. Automation testing we find more defects." Remember, automation testing is not used for finding more and more defects. Remember that. We get very less defects. That's what I'm telling you. After completion of manual testing only, we go with automation testing. We don't use directly automation testing without performing manual. Manual tester, why I'm saying he'll find more bugs means he'll be testing any software from scratch level. Each and every field, each and every functionality, each and every scenario has to be executed by manual tester to ensure that it is perfectly working. Then only I can automate that. So that why I'm automating means because of this benefits. My customer wants very early in the market here. There are a lot of products coming to market which is giving competition to my product. In that scenarios, every customer wants to be first in the market, first or along with that product at least. So automation testing tool, that's the reason. See, in 1970 we have only manual testing here. In 1990 only we got automation first tool. When I'm teaching in 2005, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I used to teach Windrunner, Silk Test, Rational Robot. We worked on these tools also. At that time we have very good demand. Then QTP has come into market. Then later on Selenium has come into market. So there are different types of tools in the market. Why Selenium is having good demand, we'll see. Okay, na? So that's what. So don't confuse. That's what I'm saying. When you want early in the market, when you want test your applications thoroughly, frequently, and more cycle of execution you want to do, it's always we can go with automation testing, not possible with manual testing. Okay. And here the question, the interviewer question is that what is asking you? Is 100% automation is possible? Your answer is no. Answer is no, not possible. What is that feasibility? Automation engineers has to find out feasibility. Feasibility means what? What we can do, what we cannot do. We have to estimate. 100%. Every tool has their own limitations. Yes, I'm purchasing a washing machine. It doesn't mean that I can wash everything in that washing machine. No, it has its limitation. I purchase one car with 55 lakhs. It doesn't mean that I can take that car anywhere. It has its limitations. We have to go within that limitation. That's what that feasibility tells us, that which test cases need to be automated in your project means few points that test cases that are executed repeatedly. Repeatedly means what that repeatedly here? Again and again, again and again. Manually, again and again doing manually, we can do it, but time consuming. Very important, test cases that use multiple test data values for same action. Test cases that use multiple test data values for same action. Data driven testing. Open Excel sheet. I want to test my login functionality with thousands of data. Open Excel sheet. Prepare your data in that Excel sheet. Send that to Selenium. Go home and come back, or go to Captain and come back. Within, we will see how you work with that. Test cases that need to run for every build. What is that? Some of the test cases for every build you have to keep on executing. That is called regression testing only. 100% for every regression testing, all regression test cases to be used for automation. Which test cases need not to be automated means very important. Test cases that will be executed only once. Any one of you tell me what type of test cases we execute only once here? Anybody? In manual testing, we had a discussion on this. What type of, I'm asking, what type of test cases we execute only once? Type of test case I want. Simple. Which type of test case? Amma?
Sanity
Unit
test.
testing.
Unit testing is not our process, ma.
Sanity testing or ad hoc test.
Exactly, ad hoc testing. Sanity testing, compulsory, it's not for one time. We have to execute for every version, ma.
Okay.
Sanity testing, oh no, no. Ad hoc, good. Ad hoc, yes. You know what is ad hoc? Ad hoc is testing a software without having proper requirements and documentations. Randomly executing. In that case, no go. Next, any other type of test case we have? Very important test cases we discussed. The type of test case are called usability test cases. Am I right? Do you agree with that, all of you? Usabilities. Usabilities. You check the color of the application. How many times you check the color will be changing every time? No. If I'm checking my face in a mirror, if I check my face 1,000 times in a mirror, it will keep on changing for every look? No, it will be same. So you see your face in a mirror for one time or 1,000 times, color will be same. It won't be changing. For that, no need to go with automation. Don't waste your time. So test cases like usability test cases, ad hoc test cases, never go with, we don't choose them for automation. We'll ask manual department to do that. And very worst thing in automation is whenever one functionality changing dynamically. Look at that. Very dangerous. Developing script, developing framework is not that easy in automation. Yes, Gupta. Gupta. Dynamically changing means today customer has given one functionality here. Every time, every 1 week, he is asking us to make the changes. Maybe his requirements are like that. Don't choose such functionalities for automation. Ask manual department to do that. Whenever one functionality need to be completed by manual interaction or intervention also we call. Yes, like OTPs, captchas, barcode, grabs. Think about all this. Yeah, these are all how you get OTP. We'll be knowing before OTPs, captchas, barcodes, and grabs. We'll not be knowing it because server generated. They're all from server side, very security related. So we cannot implement that in automation. And also test cases which are newly designed and not executed manually at least once. That's what I told you. 100% every application should be done manually. It means every version before we go on. These points we can add to your interview. Which test case need to be automated, which test case not to be automated also. And here, as I said, I told you, testing process, when you look up testing process, automation process in Selenium, feasibility analysis during automation is very, very important. What that feasibility, I will tell you. And also selecting tool is also one of the big process. We have a lot of tools, but choosing tool is very important. Select and developing the automation framework is also very much important. And we have to figure out the proof of ideas, what we are planning and how we are planning. We have to make a documentation for that. And we need to develop the scripts and we need to execute that script and we need to analyze the scripts also. So any automation process will happen like this. So what is that feasibility means? That feasibility analysis. Yes, there are 300 modules in a project. I assume that there are 300 modules in a project. What you do? What modules can be automated and which cannot be automated? You figure out. None of your business real time, it's taken care by your team lead. Basically, he will take. See, in real time, we have two categories: regression testing for manual, regression testing for automation. They categorize the test cases like that. Don't worry. So they'll figure out which tests should be automated and how to automate them. Yes, you selected among 300 modules, you selected 150 modules to automate. Yes, you selected 150 modules. Now on that 150 modules, what tests should be automated and how to automate them? Whether to go with performance, whether to go with functional testing, is it a security testing? Lot of techniques we have. Performance testing, separate department again. Load runner, functional testing, Selenium, QTP. These are all functional testing tools. Based on the type of the test cases, based on the type of the requirements, your leader will estimate whether to go with Selenium or load runner or something else. And also, we need to consider budget, cost, HR means human resources, securities we have to consider. And also tools. Yes, there are tools. What is the difference between that tool, this tool, why we use this tool? So it's not like a simple process here in real time. They do a lot of research. Your client or somebody else, your leadership, everybody, they'll use for, if suppose I'm planning to use QTP, I know it's a commercial tool. But they'll give 1 month trial version for us. Don't worry. We'll use that tool and we'll execute with the tool also. They'll check it out. Which is the best way, then they'll choose that. That doesn't mean that Selenium is open, so hey, come on, use Selenium. No. Clients will not compromise with the budget when they want to quality. That's what very important. And also proof of concept, POC we call real time. Document. Prepare one document. What document? Simple words which shows the proof that what we are doing and what will be the outcome. Prepare it. Yes, we are doing this way. This is a proof of doing this automation. Yes, we are using this tool. Prepare something. And also, what type of applications we are testing now? You got one application. What type of application is it? Is it a web application? Is it a window-based or desktop application? Or mobile applications? And test case, time saving, how much time we can save by using this tool? How much efforts we have to put up on them? And also piece of code, means small snippet of code to show the execution flow to your client. Let's show it to customer. Approval is very much initial. These are all done initially here in companies. Before they choose, before they select automation team, they'll check it out all these things, and then only they'll call upon us. That's what the meaning of feasibility is. POC, the process of concept. Okay. And once we go to framework classes, then I'll show you how to get from Jira to Selenium, Selenium to GitHub, GitHub to Jenkins. This is the actual process in automation. We'll throw to GitHub. Through GitHub, we'll run in Jenkins. Jenkins means running in local system is always not Jenkins. Jenkins, running in Jenkins is always remote host. Anybody can execute. We'll see. That's what is a framework. Once you go to framework class, I'll show the structure, how you create the structure, how you implement that process one by one. Don't worry. Okay. So that's what I can tell you now. Here, one more thing. Look here, very important points I can question you here. See, any testing will be done in two ways here. All of you know that. Functional testing, non-functional testing. Functional testing again can be done in two ways. Manually we can do, automation also we can do. Manual tester, they go on preparing test cases. Automation testing team, they go on preparing test script by using tools like Selenium, QTP, nowadays we call UFT, right? UFT, Unified Functional Testing, WinRunner, Silic Test, Rational Functional Testing. RFT means Rational Functional Testing, Water, Vatin, lot of tools we have in the market. But non-functional testing, we can use tools like Load Runner. That's what I told you. We have a separate department. One fellow cannot do all these activities. If you are selected for manual, work for manual only. That's a different process. If you selected for this functional testing tools, work for Selenium, only Selenium. And if you are learning load runner tool, you are going for performance testing. Load runner is a load runner, JMeter, web load, neo load. All these are performance testing tools. Performance is different. Functional is different. Functional testing is validation. Performance testing is estimation that we discuss manually some points. Load runner, load testing, stress testing, data volume testing, some kind of basic things we learn, right? So that's what software testing should be done in different ways. See here my question is simple question, very important question every interviewer may ask you. What is automation strategy or approach or automation life cycle to automate one project? What are your strategies you follow? What approach you follow? What is your life cycle? So look at the points, very clear points written here. Check that whether application is compatible or not. Generally, in our general life also, when you are planning to purchase one car, we'll think in different ways why I want to purchase that car. Blindly, my friend purchase BMW, let me also purchase BMW. So we have to think, I'm purchasing one washing machine. When I'm planning to purchase one washing machine, I should think in different way. Everything should be comfortable for that washing machine. Water supply should be there, electric supply should be there. We have to consider all this blindly. If you purchase, waste of time, waste of money. That's what I'm saying. Before we automate any project, whatever tool you're choosing, we have to ensure that this tool is going to support all the compatibilities that my client is requesting or not. And I told you very second point, look at that. Execute or review all test cases at least once to get functional knowledge on the application, and also to identify the test case which are feasible or automation. This is very important points. It's our responsible. Don't blindly write a script. Execute it first. Understand the functionality. Get that knowledge of that functionality. Try to understand the test cases. Feasibility, just now I told you. Next point is provide automation estimation for the identified test cases. Automation estimations. Yes, client will ask, hey, how many hours you work on it? Estimate it. Take one function and see how many hours you work on that, and provide an estimation to your team lead, and team lead will ensure it, and he'll send that estimation again to your client. Always, always, always remember, when you estimate, when you give estimations, take 1 hour or 2 hours. Huh? Some people, for impression purpose, they'll say, I'll work within 1 hour. But be careful. 2 hours late, no problem. Estimate it. You have to learn these things when you go to real scenarios here. Don't to impress somebody. I can do within half an hour. I can do within 10 minutes. You'll become fool in the in a group. Be careful. Estimate it. Take 3 hours, no 3-4 hours extra, no problem. But you have to work out with that. That's very important. And also prepare or identify framework for the project. That's what I told you. This is the first step when you go real scenarios. You should know what framework we need to prepare and what framework we need to identify. That I'll discuss, don't worry. And also, once framework is ready, setup is ready, develop the scripts for all the identified test cases. Start. Your leader will assign, one fellow will work on some modules, one fellow will work on some other modules. You go on developing scripts for the identified test cases, no problem. Once the scripts are stable, stable means, how do you know the stable means? Execute them. You may do mistakes, I know. Comma mistake in scripts. Semicolon mistake. Looping mistakes. Lot of mistakes will be doing. Some errors will be there in your code. What you've been written. Ensure them. Are they stable or not? Are they working correctly in system? After integrating framework not working means you will become fool again. That's what I'm telling. Don't directly integrate to framework here. Once, suppose I'm writing one login script. Check it out. Execute and check it out. Then we can implement to you. Anyone can reuse your method wherever they're required. That's what. And maintain hierarchical order to execute. Which has to execute first, which has to execute next. These things we'll discuss in framework class. Don't worry. And of course, if any new build comes into market, new version updated, released by a developer, update it. Go and update. What will update again? Within the same framework. For example, in Gmail, in the first version it tested login, compose, replay, for example. Next version, they're adding forward, they're adding some other features here. What you will do, we'll develop again one more framework for that. No, within that same framework, you go and add them. Go and add that functionality script for that modules. And you can now developer modified in compose module in existing functionality. Open that script, compose module script again, and see where developer, he'll send you the list. Don't worry. Where he modified, you go and modify the script also accordingly. That means we have to make a habit of reusing the code. We should not make a habit of always writing the code. That's one of the worst thing we have. Okay. And also execute the script and capture the results in a new folder. Important. Yes, framework means it generated to you. Don't worry. Analyze results and identify the bugs if you have. Report the bugs manually. Yesterday also we discussed Jira. Report the bugs manually to the developer by an reporting tool like Bugzilla, ALM, Jira, lot of bug tracking too. That's what I told you. Defect tracking tool is a common tool for both manual, not manual, everybody in the company. This is what we need to know the life cycle, the approaches we follow to automate one project. Is it clear to all of you guys?
Yes, sir.
Right? Yes. Now, look at that. Few points I want to explain you here. See, automation, why automation testing beats manual testing means faster in execution, more accurate results we get, lesser investment in human resources, supports regression testing, frequent execution can be done. Whenever you want, you can go on executing. Support lights out execution means every time need not to switch on your lights because your interaction is not required. Your human interaction is not required here. in automation. Am I right or not? While running the script, will stay in front of the system. No, go away. It will give outputs to you. And also here, I would like to compare. See, advantage and disadvantage. I told you some points I can support you. Disadvantage, what we have, I told you. See, supports only web applications. That's what I told you yesterday. We'll discuss R2E2, robot class. Different tools are there again. Only user community is available. Why? Because Selenium is an open source tool. There is no help desk like QTP, no call center for this. You have to depend on communities in the website, in the Google. Difficult to set up and use sometimes. No reporting facilities. That's what I told you. No reporting facilities. That's what I told you yesterday. We're going to discuss some reporting tools. Limited support for image-based testing also. Not completely it supports. But coming to advantages here, Selenium is a open source software. No need to pay to anyone. Supports multiple programming languages. That's one of the biggest advantages we have in Selenium compared to any other tool. Multiple languages, multiple programming languages. Supports almost every operating system. That's one of, you can integrate in any operating system here. That's a good advantage we have. Supports multiple browsers. It supports multiple browsers. Supports parallel test execution. We can execute, one day we can execute all your test cases on different browsers. And also provide supports for frameworks like TestNG, JUnit, NUnit, lot of frameworks which I told you. That's a good advantage we have. Compared to any other tool here, even QTP will not support this. That's what most of the market is on Selenium because of these advantages. Look at that. Say, I just compared some tools over here. Features, when I compared some other tools, I compared Selenium with other tools. Selenium versus other tools, like say features. Excuse me. I have taken two QTP, IBM RFT, Selenium. Okay. License, QTP required. IBM also required. Selenium, open source. We don't require anything. Cost, QTP, very costly. IBM also very costly. Less because it is open source. Only paying to employees here. Customer support, yes, advantage. QTP dedicated to HP. We can support IBM company for IBM. And here we are depending on, that's one drawback. We have open source community. Hardware resource, and which occupies more space means QTP requires a lot of space. IBM also required a lot of space, but Selenium requires very low. Coding experience, not much required, but should be very good along with technical capabilities of integrating framework. People are learning, but when you come to framework, they're becoming weak. I don't allow you like that. Wait. Environment support. QTP supports only for Windows operating system. IBM supports only for Windows, but Selenium supports Windows, Linux, Solaris, JavaScript, every lot of things it supports. Language supports, it supports only VB script, Visual Basic. Whereas IBM supports only Java and C#. Whereas Selenium supports Java, C#, Ruby, Python, Perl, PHP, and JavaScript. It supports a lot of, that's what say, compared to any other tool, Selenium has very good features. That's a good advantage we have in Selenium. Okay, na? And you know, what are the components we have in Selenium here? What are the components we have in Selenium? Selenium is not a single tool. Remember that. Selenium is not a single tool. Selenium is built in with different components. One is called Selenium IDE. IDE, integration, development environment, no more in the market. RC, remote control. RC stands for remote control, no more in the market. They removed it. But Selenium Grid, very important. Selenium Web Driver, It's the latest version we have. And also Selenium supports Selenium and Appium also for mobile application testing. So WebDriver and Grid. Now present market is running more on WebDriver. Grid also very important nowadays. Grid is also useful for running your test case on various operating systems and various browsers. So that's what I'm saying. Selenium is not a single tool. That's what I'm telling you here. Suite of tools that these are the 4 components. First version of Selenium, V1 and first version. IDE, RC, Grid we have. These 3 we have. And later second version of Selenium, they added IDE, RC, WebDriver has come into market. So WebDriver started from second version 2.0 and Grid is also available. And Selenium 3, ID removed, RC removed, WebDriver and Grid is available in the market. Star mark indicates outdated. They are not available. Meaning, why? Because RC, WebDriver is derived from RC only. Whatever features we have in RC, they merged into WebDriver. That's it. It doesn't mean that we remove this. But it has some advanced features here. Very clear function, clear methods we have. That we'll discuss one by one. That will start from Monday. I will start your configurations one by one. Don't miss that configuration, please, Monday. Okay? So that will start first Java related and all one by one, step by step we'll move. Don't worry. Am I clear to all of you today, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you have any questions, you can ask me. From Monday, we'll start our 1.5 hour class here. From Monday onwards, don't worry. We'll spend and we'll start configuration. Let us not waste our time. Yeah. Any questions, you can ask me.
Sir, this is Avinash over here, sir. Good evening.
Yes.
Sir, I have a doubt. Like, as you said that automation is going on and we'll be doing Selenium. So you said one thing like whenever because we are following agile process, everybody anytime client can give us a new requirement in the entire process. But sir, whenever a client gives a requirement, it normally that particular requirement go to a backlog file. Then they have to go through a sprint meeting. Then only it can be added into the new sprint. So
Yeah.
that can be done, sir, manually. No, why then automation is required?
How much process will take again for manually?
It is time taking, but sir, we are also asking time to client, no, because that will not be immediately executed. It will go to the backlog. From backlog, it will come to the sprint, then the new sprint.
See, getting into backlog, it won't take within one day. We can get into backlog within one day. We can select the stories and manual testing. Again, if you ask to write test case, again you'll take 1 week of time for writing test case. Again 1 week of time for executing test case. But there is only 1 week of time. What to do?
Okay.
Think that way,
Correct, sir. Correct.
right?
Correct, sir. Yes.
Yes. Anything else here?
Thank you, sir.
Anything else to discuss? Are you fine, all of you guys? So from Monday, yeah, from Monday we'll do. Don't worry, yeah, we'll do perfectly. Nothing to worry. We'll go correctly. Nothing to worry. Okay, guys. See you on Monday. So be safe. Stay at home.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Thank you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. Bye bye. See you guys.
Bye, sir.